In the verdant landscapes of Transoxiana, a region known for its intellectual vibrancy and cultural richness, a child was born who would one day profoundly influence Islamic thought. This child was none other than Imam Abu Mansur Al-Maturidi, a name that would later resonate through the corridors of Islamic scholarship. Born into a world where Islamic knowledge was blossoming, al-Maturidi's early life was steeped in the rich traditions and teachings of Islam. His lineage traced back to Abu Ayyub al-Ansari, a notable companion of the Prophet Muhammad, imbuing in him a sense of deep connection to the very roots of Islamic tradition. From a young age, al-Maturidi demonstrated an exceptional intellectual curiosity and a profound understanding of Islamic teachings. The environment of Transoxiana, a melting pot of various cultures and ideas, offered him a diverse and enriching educational landscape. It was here, in this intellectually stimulating atmosphere, that al-Maturidi began his lifelong journey into the realms of Islamic jurisprudence and theology. His upbringing was marked by the guidance of several notable Hanafi scholars. These mentors instilled in him not just the intricacies of Islamic law and theology, but also the importance of critical thinking and reasoned debate. It was under their tutelage that al-Maturidi honed his skills in interpreting religious texts and formulating theological arguments. As he grew into adulthood, al-Maturidi's reputation as a scholar of exceptional intellect began to spread. His ability to articulate complex religious concepts with clarity and precision earned him the respect and admiration of his peers. Yet, it was not just his scholarly prowess that set him apart, but also his unwavering commitment to upholding the true essence of Islamic beliefs amidst a sea of conflicting ideologies. In the world of Islamic scholarship, few figures shine as brightly as Abu Mansur Al-Maturidi. Born in the vibrant region of Transoxiana, Al-Maturidi found himself in the midst of a flourishing intellectual landscape. This environment was pivotal in shaping his future contributions to Islamic theology. As he embarked on his scholarly journey, al-Maturidi was fortunate to study under some of the most esteemed Hanafi scholars of his time. These mentors, steeped in knowledge and wisdom, provided him with a profound understanding of Islamic jurisprudence and theology. Through their guidance, he not only mastered the existing knowledge, but also began to develop his own unique perspectives. Al-Maturidi's influence extended far beyond the confines of Transoxiana. His interpretations and ideas began to resonate across the Islamic world, challenging prevailing norms and introducing fresh, balanced perspectives on key theological issues. His approach was marked by a deep respect for tradition, coupled with a willingness to engage with contemporary philosophical questions. This blend of tradition and rationality became a hallmark of his teachings. Perhaps one of the most significant aspects of al-Maturidi's influence was his ability to articulate a clear, rational basis for Islamic beliefs in the face of emerging ideologies that threatened to undermine the foundations of the faith. His intellectual rigor and commitment to truth were instrumental in countering these challenges, solidifying his reputation as a stalwart defender of the Islamic creed. Imam Abu Mansur Al-Maturidi, renowned for his deep understanding of Islamic jurisprudence and theology, stood at the forefront of defending the Islamic faith during a time of ideological turmoil. His era was marked by the rise of various sects, each challenging the core tenets of Islam in their own way. Among these were the Mutazilites, known for their extreme rationalism, and the Kharijites, infamous for their radical interpretations of the faith. Al-Maturidi's defense against these ideologies was not just a matter of preserving religious dogma, but was rooted in a profound commitment to truth and balance. He recognized the danger these extreme ideologies posed not only to the Islamic community, but to the very essence of faith and reason. He famously argued, "True understanding of the divine does not come from blind imitation or unbridled rationalism, but from a harmony of faith and intellect." This statement encapsulated his approach to theology, a harmonious blend of reason and revelation. Al-Maturidi's skill in argumentation and his ability to dissect complex theological issues were unparalleled. He was not just defending Islamic beliefs, he was also affirming the intellectual robustness of the Islamic tradition. His debates and discussions were not mere intellectual exercises, but were imbued with a sense of duty towards safeguarding the community's faith. He understood that any deviation from the balanced path of Islam could lead to chaos and disunity. Thus, his teachings often revolved around reinforcing the principles of moderation and caution against extreme views. One of his most significant contributions in this area was his emphasis on the attribute of divine justice. He challenged the Mutazilites' notion of human free will and divine justice, advocating for a more nuanced understanding that did not compromise the omnipotence of God. Al-Maturidi's defense of the faith was characterized by a deep respect for the traditions and a relentless pursuit of truth. He once said, "In the face of heresy, silence is not an option. It is the duty of the knowledgeable to speak out and guide the community with wisdom and foresight." Through his teachings and writings, he left an indelible mark on Islamic theology, offering a framework that was both rational and respectful of the traditions. His legacy continues to be a beacon for Muslims around the world, reminding them of the importance of a balanced and thoughtful approach to understanding their faith. In the heart of Islamic scholarship, a methodology emerged that was destined to shape the course of Islamic thought for centuries. This was the approach of Abu Mansur Al-Maturidi, a brilliant scholar whose intellectual rigor and deep understanding of Islamic traditions paved the way for a harmonious blend of reason and revelation. Al-Maturidi's methodology was a beacon of moderation in a time when the Islamic world grappled with theological extremes. He navigated the delicate balance between the use of reason and the adherence to religious texts, a challenge that many scholars before and after him found daunting. His approach was not just a mere reconciliation of two aspects, but a sophisticated integration where reason and revelation coexisted, each complementing the other. Al-Maturidi's methodology was a beacon of moderation, harmonizing between transmission and reason, a contemporary of his once remarked. This statement encapsulates the essence of his approach. Al-Maturidi argued that human reason, when correctly applied, would inevitably lead to conclusions that are in harmony with divine revelation. He believed that the Quran and the Hadith, the primary sources of Islamic law and theology, were not in conflict with rational thought. His intellectual contributions in this area were particularly significant in addressing the debates surrounding the nature of faith, the attributes of God, and the problem of free will versus predestination. Al-Maturidi's teachings offered a middle path, steering clear of the rigid literalism that characterized some schools of thought and the excessive rationalism of others, like the Mutazilites. For Al-Maturidi, the Quran was not just a book of laws, but a source of guidance that appealed to the human intellect and spirit. His interpretations often highlighted the deeper meanings and wisdom behind the divine text, encouraging a thoughtful and contemplative approach to understanding one's faith. Moreover, Al-Maturidi's influence extended to the field of jurisprudence. He was a proponent of the Hanafi school of thought, which is known for its flexibility and use of reasoning in deriving legal rulings. His legal interpretations were marked by a practical approach, considering the context and the welfare of the community. Abu Mansur Al-Maturidi, a luminary in the Islamic world, made significant contributions that continue to resonate in the realms of theology, jurisprudence, and interpretation. His works are not just a reflection of his deep understanding of Islamic principles, but also an embodiment of his dedication to defending and elucidating the faith. One of his most renowned works is Tawilat al-Sunnah, Interpretations of the People of the Sunnah, a comprehensive exegesis of the Quran. In this magnum opus, al-Maturidi intricately explores the subtleties of the Quranic text, offering interpretations that reflect a profound balance between literal and allegorical understandings. His exegesis is not merely an academic exercise, it serves as a guide for Muslims seeking to comprehend the Quran in a way that aligns with orthodox beliefs. Al-Maturidi's Kitab al-Tawhid, the Book of Monotheism, stands as another cornerstone of his scholarly legacy. This work delves into the complexities of Islamic theology, particularly focusing on the concept of Tawhid, the oneness of God. In an era rife with theological debates and divergent views, his book offered a solid ground for Muslims to understand and affirm their faith in one God. Through logical arguments and scriptural evidence, al-Maturidi effectively countered the claims of various sects that were perceived as deviating from mainstream Sunni Islam. Furthermore, his contribution to Islamic jurisprudence cannot be overstated. As a Hanafi jurist, al-Maturidi's interpretations and rulings helped shape the Hanafi school of thought, ensuring that it remained relevant and responsive to the changing needs of the Muslim community. His legal verdicts and interpretations emphasized the importance of reason and context in Islamic law, advocating for a balanced approach that considered the spirit of the law alongside its letter. In addition to these major works, al-Maturidi penned several other treatises and books, each contributing to the rich tapestry of Islamic scholarship. His writings, characterized by their clarity, depth, and intellectual rigor, continue to be studied and revered in Islamic seminaries and universities around the world. As we reflect on the works and contributions of Abu Mansur Al-Maturidi, it's evident that his legacy is not confined to the past. His approach to understanding and explaining the Islamic faith remains as relevant today as it was during his time. Through his scholarly endeavors, al-Maturidi has left an indelible mark on the Islamic intellectual tradition, one that continues to guide and inspire Muslims across generations. In the year 944 CE, the Islamic world witnessed the end of an era with the passing of Imam Abu Mansur Al-Maturidi, a scholar whose intellectual prowess and theological insights had immeasurably enriched the tapestry of Islamic thought. The demise of al-Maturidi was not just the loss of a great individual, it marked the culmination of a lifetime dedicated to defending and elucidating the Islamic faith. Al-Maturidi's legacy is as enduring as it is profound. His contributions to Islamic theology, particularly in the Hanafi school of thought, continue to echo through the corridors of time. His approach to blending reason with religious texts has established a balance that resonates with countless Muslims, offering a methodology that is both rational and spiritually fulfilling. One of his most significant contributions was his defense against deviant ideologies that threatened to fragment the Islamic community. His intellectual battles against groups like the Mu'tazilites and Kharijites showcased not only his deep understanding of Islamic tenets, but also his commitment to preserving the unity and purity of Islamic beliefs. His works, notably Tawilat al-Sunnah and Kitab al-Tawhid, remain cornerstones in Islamic theology. These texts delve into the complexities of faith, providing clear, decisive evidence and arguments to support orthodox Sunni beliefs. They serve as a guiding light for scholars and students of Islam, offering clarity and insight into the nuanced aspects of Islamic doctrine. Perhaps the most remarkable aspect of al-Maturidi's legacy is how it transcends time and geography. Centuries after his death, his teachings continue to inspire and guide Muslims around the world. His balanced approach to faith and reason provides a counter-narrative to extremist ideologies, promoting a version of Islam that is moderate, rational, and deeply rooted in traditional scholarship.